Good evening, darlings. So I got an anonymous question that says, do you believe in any conspiracy theories, or at least find any of them interesting? I do have to say, I think conspiracy theories are interesting as far as sort of the fact that it usually has to do with thinking beyond sort of what's presented to you. And I think it's very important that we sort of do that, you know. Some of them are rather far-fetched and a little bit amusing, honestly, if you think about some of them. But I think it's important that we not necessarily become complacent with accepting everything given to us by sort of larger groups that have their own interests in mind and not necessarily our own. So I think as far as that goes, I think conspiracy theories are a very important part of sort of of living and exploring mentally sort of the things going on in the world around us. So I do find them absolutely fascinating. I sort of find some of the more realistic sounding and plausible ones a little frightening at times, because usually that's sort of the only reason why you would actually care about some of the conspiracy theories, but some of them are absolutely hilarious and they do give me a bit of a chuckle. And in a way I sort of prefer the crazy outlandish ones, just because it's nice to have a little laugh at the fact that perhaps hamburgers have something to do with some sort of dignitary in the far east or something. I have no idea how to make a good example of that. They're usually so crazy that you wouldn't even be able to put those things together on your own mind without some sort of inebriation or something like that. So I do find them quite fascinating. There's none in particular that I've found myself sort of being like, oh, definitely that. Well, maybe there were in the past, but I can't sort of think of any off the top of my head. So I will say the only one, and I talked about this in the rumors, and I talked about it in another episode already this week, but I do think that conspiracy theory about a certain elven queen and a certain wizard, it just makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, darling? It's very sad, poor Celeborn. Well, anyhow, darlings, have a good night and cheers.